Welcome to Think Alive. We're Sharon and Andy, just two people with a dream and a vision of restoring our traditional stone-built farmhouse in southern Spain, transforming it into a beautiful off-grid home and sharing our journey with you.
Welcome back everyone. Still in the old kitchen, still working on the old kitchen. We saw the last video. We've finished all the stonework. All I've got left to do on the walls is this corner, get it plastered up, get it looking something like. I'm not very good at plastering, it's not my strongest thing at all. I'm alright with gypsum based plasters, but lime's another story, for me anyway. Luckily I don't need it super flat because the rest of the wall is full of grooves and dents and holes and lumps and bumps and stuff. So I should be able to do that pretty alright. So first thing I'm going to do is give it a good wetting down with the old sprayer. Get it nice and wet. I've got a sticky mix, I put a bit of extra lime in it. I find that helps it to spread and makes it workable for a little bit longer. So we'll have a go. It's a bit of a rubbish day today. Alfie and Catsy are still up in there. Right, the trouble is with this, it sucks it out of the wall so quickly. The wall suck the moisture out of it so quickly. But it's going to start at the bottom, I reckon, and work my way up. We get some on the wall anyway. Right, I'll carry on. That's the first bucket done. I reckon with the time of the sponge off, that'll look just as bad as the original, which is pretty alright. There we go. It's on the wall. It's a feat on its own. I'm not going to do anything with it now. I'm just going to let it go off a bit and then sponge it all down. Hopefully make it all smooth. That junction box up there, I've just smeared a bit of lime mortar, lime plaster over the top of it, and we can lime wash it in. I can still easily access it, believe it or not, if I need to. I know exactly where it is. You can sort of see it, but you can't if it's disguised. So yeah, that's happy with that. So I'll leave it a while and then we'll come back to it in a bit when it's gone off some. I'm actually quite pleased with that. It's a very comparable to the original. See what it's like when it dries. But yeah, I think it'll pass though. Oh, it's a beautiful morning this morning. I've got the new jack for the log splitter. It's an Air 1. It's got an adjustable thing on. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. I've just checked it out. But to mount it, I need to modify this. We'll get to that in a minute. But all it does, watch it go. You just press the button. There we go. And then to let it down, you just release the thing. Else if you have the correct tool instead of just a spanner. And it comes back by itself. How easy is that? It's going to make my life easier. So, first of all, I'm going to cut the bottom off this and see if we can get this mounted. Okay. Oh, it helps if you plug it in, doesn't it? Hopefully the blade will go through this. It's pretty worn down, but it should make it. Right, okay, so back inside, the jack's going to mount there, like that, which is pretty nice. It's a really good angle, that. And then I've got this big piece of 10mm plate that I'm going to weld to the bottom, figure it out, to sit the jack on. It might need a bit of bracing, I don't know, but we'll find out in a bit. So I just need to grind off some of these previous welds on it and stuff, and but I'll get on with that first. Move him out of the way. Ugh. Just going to put this little piece in here first for the jack to rest on to keep it level. Come on. Okay, and the plate's going on there like that. So I'll get him tacked in and then welded up. So there we go. Just need to let it cool off now before I put the jack near it. So we'll give it a few minutes and then see about mounting this jack. Right, so that's all working pretty well. So whether I need to brace this plate, I don't know. I don't know if it'll bend or not. I can always weld some angle strips underneath it if necessary. I'm going to try it as it is. I think what I'm going to do though, I think I'm actually going to just spot weld the jack in place on the four corners. If I need to get it off to service it or anything in the future, it's easy enough. I can just grind the welds off. I thought about drilling through and bolting it, but I guess I can't get it in the press. I'm not even going to attempt that by hand. So I'm just going to put a dot on each corner, and yeah, that should do it. I would think so anyway. I need to put this thing on wheels. hardly pick it up. Right, come on. Right, so the log's in. Let's give it a go, see what happens. Right, so it's bending that plate already. Right, so I reckon these two bits of angle welded to the bottom, I'll stop that from bending. Excellent, so I'll get them tacked on now. Right, take two. Now then, it's still bending a little bit somewhere. Check out where. It is splitting though. Right, so it's not my day today. What it needs is the top of the jack strapping back, clamping back, and that's what's causing all the problems. With that done, it's because the logs aren't flat on the end basically, and they've not been sawn straight. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to devise a way, should be able to get one on, to getting a clamp around there to lock it in place at the top as well. So I'll get on with it. Right, okay, I'm going to cut a long story very short. What I've done, I've bagged that idea. I actually realised, it dawned on me that that would have needed a big frame around it to take the pressure. There's some massive pressure in that jack, and then it occurred to me that I've actually got something here with a frame already built in it. I cut the top off the splitter thing. That will sit in there. It does work. I have already tested it. Here's a log that's split in very, very easily. That's about as big as they get as well. I can't give you a demonstration because it's very, very dull. It looks like it might rain. Not enough power coming in to run the compressor. I don't really want to start the generator just for that, but I will give you a demonstration later. So basically, the log goes in there. I've put the air jack in the compressor, in the press. So I've now got the hydraulic over air press. It's automatic, which will be great because we use it quite often for bending things and shaping things and etc, etc. That just clamps in place. The ram comes down, splits it, super easy. Why I didn't think of that before, I don't know, but yeah, perfect. I have tried to use this before to split wood in various ways, but until I made this beast here, I wasn't having any joy with it, but now it kind of all comes together. So I won't bore you with any more details. We've got other stuff we need to crack on with. I'll try and do a log splitting demonstration when the sun comes out one day. So back inside, this is a problem area I've got. I think I've decided what I'm going to do with the cooker. I need to pick some timber up. Can't do it today, it's a national holiday, everywhere's shut. But I think this we've lowered this down to make it easier to get into the cave. But I've been thinking about what to do with it. Do we want a step, do we want a ramp, do we want a slope? But I think what I'm going to do in the first instance, I'm going to put a limecrete base down in it. Might just leave it as limecrete. We laid some over there. It takes about 2 months to cure. It takes a long time, but it's actually quite nice and very traditional when it's done. To get stones in there is going to be awkward, especially matching up to this. But I think for now, just to sort out this mess and help to keep the dust down a little bit more, I'm going to put a limecrete, level it up with limecrete, and then we'll join it into the floor when we finish this cooker bit and when we start putting the stones down on here. So I'm just going to dig it out a little bit, get rid of some of this rubbish in preparation. I'm going to get a little tool, make it a bit easier. Yeah. I reckon one bag will do this. Maybe. We'll give it a whirl. Interesting to see how this is going to turn out. Along the bag so I can reuse it for rubbish. This is just sand and gravel screening mix basically. Just going to make a bucket of watery lime up and mix it up with the shovel. Right, so here we go then. In there. Jessie wants to come in, but she's barred because there'll be footprints all over this. I'll just mix it all in with the old shovel. As I said before, it's not about getting the mixer out, but a small amount. There we go, it's all mixed. I think I'm just going to pour it in. This is the start of the floor. Most of it's come out. Fantastic. There's my trowel. Oh, poor Jessie. Super. Right, we'll leave that a little bit to go off a bit. See if we can polish it up a little. But yeah, it's a start. Righto, so I've just trialed it down a bit. Yeah, I think that'll be alright. Jessie still wants to come in. She's out for a little bit yet. When it's gone off, we'll clean it all up around the side of it and point it all up. I think it should look pretty smart actually. A lot easier than trying to fix it in with stones. Might build a little step now up to this new floor. But that's, I think, the simplest way to deal with that thing. And yeah, fairly happy with that. We'll see in a bit when it dries. So coming back to the wall there where I'm plastered, it's looking alright. It actually matches in incredibly well with the original, which is what I wanted. I didn't want it dead smooth and flat, which is just as well, because I probably couldn't get it dead smooth and flat. But it really does fit in, I think. So this is ready for lime washing now. I'm picking showering up tomorrow, so yeah, that'll be coming up soon. We're just going to wash it up all the way along there, up round the window and a bit at the end there, keeping a similar sort of wavy edge to what we've already got in other parts of the house. The next big job then is that floor. Crikey, we've got quite a lot of stones, but we need to go and collect some stone shopping round the back. The difficulty is finding ones that are flat enough really. They all have some kind of undulation to them, very nice character, but for a kitchen floor it needs to be sort of moppable to a certain extent, I would imagine. And of course the cooker, yeah, I've worked out what we're going to do with the surround for that. Put some nice big chunky sides on it and a couple of plinths just to put pans and stuff on. Probably going to deal in the marble, the same as the worktop over there, but we're super getting there. In preparation for the lime washing. I've got quite a bit on the frame here, but I've got this little brass brush. I've had it for years, and it really just rubs off easily, especially when we always try and oil the wood before we get any lime near it, and then once the oil's dry it just comes off really nicely. And I just need to, there's a couple of edges I need to just touch in down there, just to give me a nice run, nice lines, curves on the thing. But yeah, excellent. So I'll get this off and get it all cleaned up, ready for washing, ready for lime. Of course, the same also applies around the window as well, where I made a mess on that too. I don't think this has had as many coats as the door frame, but another coat on the top. Once it's done, it should bring it up nicely. So while we're waiting for things to go off and other things to do, I don't see any reason why we can't start on the stone floor in the passageway here. It's going to be possibly a slightly different level than that, but we can adjust it on the reveals for the door here. We need to get this again finished off for lime washing, but we didn't want to do that until the floor went down. You see this big gap down here, until it was down so we could fix it up properly afterwards. So I think we've got quite a lot of stones outside, but they are pretty super flat. It doesn't matter in here if they're not super flat, but certainly in certain areas of the kitchen they want to be a lot flatter. So I think I'm going to go and collect some. So here we are. This is the stone supermarket, stone superstore. It's just a case of wade through them and find the ones we want. There's absolutely tons and tons of this stuff all over here. We've got a fair old stash there, all quite flat, different thicknesses, but hopefully none of them too thick. I'll get them unloaded. Right, so it's another beautiful morning. We've got the trailer hitched up. I'm off to collect the wood to do the surround for the cooker, or what I think is going to be the surround for the cooker. And we're also going to pick up a load of wood for our friends Chris and Lillian at Tales from the Cave side, because we've got a special project coming up for them. We're going to be doing that we want to get done before Christmas for them. So I'll catch you in a bit. Right, okay, so I'm back. I've dropped the wood off at Lillian and Chrissy's, their wood. I've got one piece left on the trailer there, it's mine. I'm going to build this surround for the cooker in. I'm going to attempt to anyway, so I'll get that inside. And while I'm in here, as promised, here's a log splitter demonstration. Nice some interesting noises. Keep going. Go. He likes to sing to me. Brilliant, look at that. No effort required. Right, I've just discovered that it actually works better if I turn it round. And I can easily slide it backwards and forwards there to allow for different thicknesses of logs and stuff. So I don't really need to do anything with the base because it's now spreading both edges of the cutting blade across both the beams of the press. Right, and I've also got this, which is our temporary sink from when we first moved in. When everything was pretty much temporary. It still is to a certain extent, but I'm going to use this to the top. What I'm going to do with the cooker, I'm going to put big chunky legs either side of the front and the backs to match our big cabinet here. I'm going to use this on the top. There should be enough because we're going to put marble tiles. It's a good base to sit them on either side of the cooker as well. Same as the marble tiles. Put this over here. So yes, all the pieces of this puzzle, of this jigsaw, this particular jigsaw, are all falling into place. And we've got the marble, we've got stuff to make the doors. I don't want to do the doors until the floor's down. I'm going to do this next because we don't really need a floor under the cupboard here either. Seems a bit pointless really, especially it takes so long. It's so much hard work. And then we can do the floor. We probably need a bit more stone for the floor, but we've got everything else. The stone's only around the back. It only takes like half an hour to nip round and fill the boot up. Yeah, so pretty much really looking forward to it. I really cannot wait to get this room done. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thanks to everyone that supported the channel, everyone that's bought us a coffee, our Patreons as well, everybody, all of you, thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you. We really appreciate it. So we'll say goodbye from me and Alfie. I'm on my way to pick Sharon up from the airport any minute now, else I'll be getting on with this. So goodbye, Al. Right, and we'll see you on the next one.